Sometimes you got to take a step back for a major comeback. At the Afrikansuperstar.com, we believe in African pride. We believe in resilience, and we believe in flexing. Our new collection, Afrikan Superstar X Ghana, is comprised of over 200 new styles for men and women. Styles that will enhance your confidence. Styles that will make you stand out. Styles that will demonstrate your love for the continent. By us, for us. You can rest assured when you shop at the Afrikansuperstar.com that your product is going to be high quality, long lasting, vibrant, and comfortable. We look forward to you shopping with us today. www.theafrikansuperstar.com, bringing Africa to your door. Afrikan Superstar family, good morning. I'm here at GBC Radio. Like I told you, the Ghana Broadcasting Channel. It's the national radio station here. So I'm coming on special guest this morning. Very excited.
It's in the beat. I'm in love. All right, so my guest in the studio is known as the Afrikan Superstar. She's a motivational speaker. She is also into business. She's a CEO. She's a designer. She's a musician. I'll play her song for you to listen to it. And a world traveler. And now she's settling here in Ghana. Yes. So her name is Gina Efoy. And she's joined us here in the studio. Gina, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me today. Good morning to our listeners. I'm doing very fine. It's a beautiful day here in Ghana. Just another sunny, beautiful day. So I'm happy. Happy Friday.
How long have you been here?
I've been residing in Ghana a little over a year now. I moved last September after when the borders were open following COVID. But I've been traveling here since 2016. At the time, I lived in America. And then I moved to the UK, and so I moved here last year from the UK.
All right. But originally, which country are you from?
Yeah, Ohio. I mean, the US, I guess. Born and raised in the US.
Born and raised in the US.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
but you don't have any traces to Africa?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My family, my father is Cameroonian.
Oh, okay.
And my mother's from Bermuda, the island Bermuda.
It's a nice place.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful place.
It reminds me of Cape Coast, actually.
Okay.
It's very scenic, blue waters, relaxing, island vibes.
All right. So why Ghana? Why did you decide to settle here in Ghana?
Ghana is my favorite place in the world. I've traveled many countries.
Your favorite place in the world?
Yes. I've traveled many nations.
We have Dubai and the islands, and Ghana is your favorite.
Yeah, Ghana it's my favorite.
What makes Ghana your favorite?
I love the atmosphere. The people are very welcoming here, and the weather is amazing. Growing up in Ohio and then living in the UK, you have to deal with winters, you have to deal with cold weather and things like that. Here in Ghana, the sun shines every day. You wake up, it just energizes you, And there's also something very powerful about living among people that look like you. When you grow up in the West, you always feel like you're a minority. It's common to walk into a boardroom and be the only Black person there. Schools, job interviews, it gets a little tiring. And so it's so refreshing. Small things that we know, diasporan people will notice, like Blacks on billboards. I remember the first time I came to Africa, I marveled at that because in the US, it's always white people on the billboards. You go into a bank, everyone running the bank is Black. The bank manager is Black. The president is Black. The police are Black. It's just very empowering because representation matters. And that's a lot of what I do. With my social media and my music, when you see yourself represented in different aspects of life, you then become motivated to know that you can achieve that. And unfortunately, many people in the West don't believe that they can amount to much because of the lack of representation. They see people, non-Black people, doing all these certain roles in life, movies, political positions, entrepreneurs, and so therefore they don't really believe they have the capacity to do it. Yes. So Ghana, I believe in going where you're wanted and going where you're well received. And out of all the places I've been in the world, there's never been a place that receives me more than Ghana.
Even in Cameroon?
Oh, unfortunately right now, Cameroon is having conflicts.
Yeah.
So I was kind of advised by family to hold off my plans to travel there, to visit as an adult, And so unfortunately I haven't been there recently. But I have visited 5 other nations here on the continent: Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, and Egypt. And like I said, the sentiment and
these are powerhouses. I mean, in terms of economic growth and all that in Africa. South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya. Yeah.
And part of the reason I did that was because people continue to negate my decision when I told them I love Ghana. That's the place I want to be.
Okay.
So I thought, well, you know what? Let me tour Africa and see. I went to the east. I went to Kenya. I went to Tanzania. Then I went to north. I went to Egypt. I went to South Africa. And then I also visited Nigeria because I kind of, based on the climate, I really like warm weather. And so the rest, the other parts of Africa have more moderate climates. They kind of fluctuate, which is surprising. I went to Egypt. It was very cold when I went there in February. So I came to the conclusion, okay, I like the climate in West Africa. And so then I narrowed it down between Nigeria and Ghana because those are the 2 largest economies. But thanks to a lot of networks that I've built, in my homeland, back in America, there were lots of Ghanaians in Columbus, Ohio. So I began to build those relationships. When I came to Ghana, I just fit right in.
Okay, all right. So since you've been here,
yes.
How's it been? Has it been difficult for you to settle? Difficult for you to find your way around? This time around, you're here. It's your home.
Yeah.
So how's it been?
No, it's been excellent. I was on another show a couple of days ago. They asked the same question. How's your transition? It's been excellent. I can't really even highlight any difficulties, but I do attribute that to the fact that I have been traveling here for years. So some of the cultural differences maybe a first-time traveler would encounter. I haven't had that because by the time I moved to Ghana, I was very familiar. Before I moved here, I was coming every 6 months at least.
Oh, okay.
So I was coming. I have lots of friends here. Since moving here, my elder sisters joined me here as well. I have a massive YouTube community, so there are other YouTubers that I'm familiar with here. And, my transition has been excellent, actually.
All right. And at least you have your sister here.
Yeah.
And you have friends too.
Yes.
Ghanaian friends.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You working?
At the moment, not, I have my business. I have the AfrikanSuperstar.com. I promote and sell Pan-African products, and my recent collection, Afrikan Superstar X Ghana. I use a lot of Adinker symbols in the, the jackets and leggings and backpacks. And I think that we should begin to promote nationalism among our people. We have so much culture, beautiful things that the world doesn't see. And if you look at other nations, they capitalize off of this stuff. We can see certain symbols. We can recognize Chinese brands, Japanese brands, American brands. And when we look at the continent, although we have so much, capabilities, we're not utilizing that. So
what do you think is the problem?
Unfortunately, we're not promoted, like I said, nationalism. And a lot of the direction is always, the West. There's a lot of focus on the West and kind of observing Western culture. And just like the Bible says, you cannot have sweet water and bitter water from the same fountain. You will love one master and hate the other. So when we choose other cultures over our own, we lose our own culture. So, there are people, unfortunately, here on the continent, they don't even speak their native languages. They speak English, they speak French. I'm a testament to that. Unfortunately, I'm learning Tree. I'm learning Tree.
You should learn Ghana too.
Yeah, I've picked up a little. I have some friends from Tamale that have taught me a bit of Dagbani, which I used cool. actually in one of my songs. But it's actually a setback for those of us that choose to leave the West and come back to the continent that we don't know native languages. And I can guarantee there's not a Chinese in the world that doesn't speak Mandarin, irrespective of where they're born and raised. So part of what I want to do is advertise our continent in a very positive way. When you watch things from the US, there's a lot of glamour that makes you interested in going there. Or even England, there's a lot of, symbolism that makes you want to go there. So we should also have the same things regarding our own country. And so that is what I have set out to do. My clothing is, I use the Ghana flag, I use the Adinkra symbols, I have the colors and things like that. And some of the t-shirts I have actually what some of the Adinkra symbols mean, so people can be educated and things like that.
Usually speaking to people from the diaspora, yes, they love Ghana, they love Africa, but the challenge is how things are done, because you're in a country where, quote unquote, to say everything is very fluid. The system is working. You know what to get and what to do, and things are okay. But you move into a different system. You love the place, you love the country, but you realize that things don't necessarily work like the way it works in the West. Have you experienced such, and how did you really resolve that difference mentally, actually?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I have a different perspective on things because I didn't really like the West. I didn't really like the way things were done. And I see the lack of the Western structure here as opportunity, to be honest. Because the more infrastructure you have, the less freedom and the less opportunity you have to enter the market. So what I think is powerful is us to begin to work together and create a product or a design that suits us and our people, that we shouldn't just take maybe the way the West does as a template and just apply it everywhere in the continent because it wouldn't fit, So I came to the continent with a very open mind. I integrated with various African communities with an open mind because I don't think that the way England does everything and the way America does everything is the standard. That's only 2 countries out of over 190 countries in the world. Actually, I kind of like the way the Asian models work a bit more, and they are currently overtaking the world. So I think if anyone that we should kind of look to for maybe some direction, they are big on nationalism. They're big on their own productivity. They compel their youth to be great. And even though they're world travelers,
they actually have a plan for their youth.
Exactly. Yeah. Even though they're world travelers, they have a responsibility that, okay, whatever skills we gain out in the world, we will come and bring them back here to China, and we will come here and make use of them. So that's something we lack as well. People travel out and there's no plan to return. There's no plan to reinvest. The diaspora is powerful. They have access to the foreign currencies. They have access to the educational experiences and all that stuff. But if we're not redepositing it here, how do we expect, our countries to be ready for the next generation?
I mean, sometimes the uncertainty. I mean, not so sure how it's really going to play out here. So it's best we stay there. Or it's best we don't return, because I know people who decide to relocate.
Yeah, and have struggled.
They struggled. Yeah, they've had difficult, so they had to just go back. Yeah, because it's just difficult.
I mean, you have to develop a strategy, and I think that sometimes because of the Western mentality and the way that we function out there, everybody's very individual. So when they come here, they want to do that themselves. They want to set up their business. They want to get it going. When the critical element that they are missing is integrating with the movers and shakers here on the continent, because here social currency is just as valuable as physical currency, it's all about who and so on and so forth. I even think that's how, I got introduced to GBC was a friend recommended me to another friend, and word of mouth, and that's very powerful. And that's something that we don't really value out there. It's all about individual potential in the West. So you see people coming and they don't really want to integrate. They're not really interested in getting to know the culture. And you have to do market research. That's before you do any business. Whatever you may be operating in the West, you come here and you want to operate it here. It may not be successful because of your market. So that's very important for you to do your research. And so I recommend for others that are planning to do this transition, acclimate yourself with the country you're going to. It took me 4 years before I was able to come here permanently. And I'm grateful for that time, because when I came, I was able to stay, and I've been able to, be successful, happy, and I haven't had a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah, you've had some.
I would say the difficulty comes more or less from the perception that people have of the West. That's the most difficult
Tell
part.
us about something.
So when I take a boat and Uber, I don't drive here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm meeting, a lot of local people that way. So they will often say, oh, how long are you in town? Are you on holidays? And I'll say, no, I live here. And they say, you're here in Ghana? Why? You left the U.S.? You live, like, they don't understand. And I'm telling them, some of the issues, a lot of the racial unrest, the violence, just the inability for, in my opinion, Black people to have a comprehensive lifestyle. Here, there's community, there's families, there's a reverence of life, in the West, there's a lot of, and people, I think because of the community sense, when you look at another person in your community, you don't see a stranger. You see someone's father, you see someone's classmate, you see someone's brother. And having that kind of relationship cuts down on the mistreatment of each other versus in the U.S., random crimes are very possible. You can have road rage and someone will pull out a gun and shoot you there. Or you go to a nightclub, you get into altercation, someone stabs you in the UK. There's no regard for life. And I was very concerned about being a victim of these random occurrences because I realized that our people have very little interaction with each other. So there's no respect there. So when I try to explain these things to my peers, they just blow me off. Like, they just won't accept it. They're like, no, it's not possible, and they have these grand ideas of going out there. And I think that it's a weakness of our people to negate the experiences of people that have lived there. In my case, I've lived abroad for decades. So I know very well what I'm saying. And it has gotten to the point that it was so serious that, yes, I would pick up, move to a new country, and try to reestablish myself. That should be something that people pay attention to, in addition to the amount of foreigners that are moving to Ghana. Okay?
Yeah.
There is a high level of people moving here. If the opportunity and if it was so grand out there, they would not be coming here. You understand? So that should also be an indication that there's something promising here that others are looking for and others are seeking. Okay. Yeah.
My guest is Gina Ifwe, and she also responds to the name the African Superstar. She is a designer, she's a world traveler, a motivational speaker. She's finally decided to settle here in Ghana, and she's a musician. This is a song.
Afrikan Superstar with the one and only, with the one and only. Afrikan Superstar with the one and only. Down the road call. Afrikan Superstar with the one and only, with the one and only. Chillin' in East Lake, weekends is old suit at Bloom Bar. Cocoa beaches, past Casa Waldro. Port is at Thames. Capital city is a crop. Solid gold rings from Kumasi in the north town. Teshanuba, which is the seat to the god king. Mountains in Koforedia, airways hail from Volta. Shout out to the eastern region, whole. I fly air, Aquatia. Looking for crystal seas, check central region for these. Winneba, Cape Coast, Gono, Sway, Drummer Market. Afrikan Superstar with the one and only. Ghana roll call. Superstar with the one and only, with the one and only. Afrikan Superstar with the one and only. Ghana roll call. Afrikan Superstar with the one and only, with the one and only. Hop on the plane, it's the Ashanti again. Represent in treat, leafy reap, oh boy, oh hey name, oh hey my. Draped in kente and Sika. From Linus, Yanni, Shiny, Fanties represent Taco Rocky. Back to a crowd, home of the Black Stars. Head to the body and chill at a fish bar. North Commission, Hunter, for paper spur.
Alright, so that's Gina there. And Gina, I realized that you're visually talking about every place here in Ghana.
Yes,
You've been to all these places?
I have not been to all these places, but I've heard of many of the places.
But you've been to Bloomba?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I chill now.
Yeah.
I chill a lot. Yes, if you see me, I'll say hello.
When I heard Bloomba, I was like, okay, now this is Gina.
I chill.
She's in a crowd.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so actually, some of the behind the scenes of that, I actually happened across that beat, which I sampled Euphoria Ponsa, Sweetie Pie, which is a big high life, hit from back in the days. And I thought, wow, what a great beat to do something like this, because people will recognize that beat, and understand it. And I realized that also we don't have a roll call, like a song is for Ghanaians. This is my first single, and I wanted it to be for Ghanaians. Obviously, I sang it in English, and other people can listen, but it's something that will promote pride. You'll be listening, hoping, oh, did she mention my side of town? Did she mention my tribe? Or whatever. And it's something for us to enjoy, for our people, sampled on a popular hit from high life music, which I love high life music. Okay. So that is a little bit about the Ghana roll call. Okay. Yes.
All right. That's cool. That's good to know. You're a motivational speaker too.
Yes.
Have you had any speaking sessions since?
Yes, I've spoken at a investment expo here since in Ghana, and I recently traveled back to Ohio to visit family there, and I spoke at some schools. I prepared some presentations for schools, because unfortunately, just as many people here on the continent are ignorant about some of the things about the West, people in the West are also ignorant about the continent. So, we need to create the bridge there. Yeah, where we are transmitting information to help our people be better prepared and make informed decisions.
How do you manage all of this? Musician, motivational speaker, designer?
Well, I would say that being here inspires me so many ways. If I tell you that I'm a new musician, I actually composed Ghana Roll Call a few months ago.
Oh, okay.
And the thing is, like the Bible says, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. I love Ghana. I realized to myself that I love this place more than anything or any person. Wow. In my life. So it really inspires me. Okay. So much creativity is cultivated. And so I thought to myself, Afrobeats are very popular here. It's kind of the standard music. So it would be interesting for a foreigner to sing on the Afrobeats. Yes. So I created the songs. I have an amazing project. I've already released my second single, Ghana is Good For Me Too, and we'll be shooting the video soon. The Ghana Roll Call video, I'll be world premiering it next week on YouTube. So if you guys want to find me on YouTube, I'm under the Afrikan Superstar Black, and I will be premiering it there.
Okay, all right. We'll have to leave it here.
Yes.
I guess you love our food too.
Oh, yes. Tilapia and banku, my favorite. Garden stew and
the hot pepper.
Yeah.
You don't have a problem with that?
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
Oh, yeah, I like it.
You like watching too?
I take watch sometimes, but I usually go to gym in the morning, so I don't want to eat before gym, and it's popular in the morning. Yeah.
What about, it's also popular at night. Try it watch it at night. It's another experience.
You like watching? You're a watcher lover.
Yes, I like watching.
You look like a watcher lover.
You like fufu too?
I take it sometimes. It's it's an acquired taste, to be honest. I didn't grow up eating it, but I've tried it a few times.
What about kinke?
I've tried kinke as well, but banku's my favorite.
Banku is your favorite.
Yeah,
banku and kinke, they're just like cousins.
Yeah, I know. They're similar,
but fufu is like distant cousin.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll leave it here.
Yes.
Thank you very much for
Thank you so much for
having
your
me. Stay.
Yes.
We're friends now. So
I know. Let's all keep in touch.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Right. So Gina Ifo joined us. She passed through for us to have a conversation about her stay here in Ghana. She's settled down here in Ghana, and she's going to be with us till.
Yes.
We'll be having more of you, Gina.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right,
Take care. Bye.